Why am I so hyped over the Jubilee's 150th? Ever since the day I played the opening chorus to the hymn God of Our Fathers, and Geneva Pollock said to my mother, "You better get that boy some piano lessons." My life has been consumed with music. I started taking piano right before I started kindergarten, and after I saw Andre Watts on TV with Maestro Leonard Bernstein, I just knew I wanted to play the piano like that. My piano music journey continued in high school, where I met friends who would both inspire and challenge me to grow as a musician. I participated in choir all through high school, and between my high school chorus and the Chicago All City Chorus, led by none other than Irving Bunton, I was really prepared to major in music on the college level. Two of my high school friends talked me into attending Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee. That's Sherman Tribble and Denise Deveranis. I'd always thought of Nashville as the place where Hee Haw was produced. I associated Nashville with Minnie Pearl and Tennessee Ernie Ford. I never thought of black music and Nashville together, but I had heard of the Fisk Jubilee Singers. Once at Fisk, I was made aware of just how important the Jubilee Singers were to the university. Every Fiskite is told right away that the Jubilees saved the school. Every freshman class was told they went out on tour in the 1870s and raised the money that bought the land and built the buildings and blah, 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 blah. It wasn't until years after I had graduated from Fisk, after I'd had a career as a professional musician, after I'd traveled the world and experienced firsthand how the music of our black American ancestors was enjoyed and revered all across the globe, that I truly began to understand the Jubilee's importance and significance. Just as scientists like Curie and Galileo, or geniuses like Einstein and Hawkins, or inventors like Fermi and Bell changed the world with their gifts, so too did the 9 and 11 students from fledgling Fisk University, just 6 years removed from the most horrific circumstances in human history, changed the world with the music they brought forth. It was music born out of the horror and suffering of a people who had little more beside the hope of a better day coming, that birthed not only a great university, but announced to the world that America had an art form entirely its own. The music became known as the Negro spiritual, and the haunting beauty of its sound, along with the spiritual power of its message, has impacted and influenced practically every musical genre since its introduction. It is the musical foundation for blues, jazz, ragtime, gospel, rhythm and blues, rock and roll, bebop, soul, funk, hip hop, and yes, even the bluegrass music that became country and western, which has now made Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, USA. They are all branches of the same tree, offshoots of the same ocean of wonderful sound first uttered by the bondsmen as they cried out to the Creator for a better day. So this is why we celebrate in the year 2021, the 150th year of the birth of American music. What better way than with a year-long celebration in the city where it all started, the city now known as Music City, USA, that first became known as such when those first troops of 9 and 11 Fisk Jubilee Singers set forth from it and spread the message of a new sound, a sound that had only been heard on the plantations and in the riverside camp meetings, where the soul of a people denied was turned into the beautiful sound that captured the hearts of the people of the world and is still going strong today, 150 years later. Nashville, let's unite and celebrate the beginnings of our rich musical legacy all year long. 2021, the American Music Jubilee, celebrating the birth of American music in Music City, USA.